My brother's fiancée falsely accused me of getting her pregnant, and my family believed her instantly. I fought back and took her to court. Now that the truth is out, my brother wants to reconcile. I run a computer repair shop. My brother Nick got engaged to Skylar 3 years ago. Something felt off. She dominated conversations, made backhanded compliments, had this competitive edge. When Nick asked me to give Skylar a job at my shop, my mom insisted family helps family. I agreed. Biggest mistake of my life. Skylar was a nightmare employee. Showed up late constantly, talked to customers like idiots, treated employees like servants. She deleted a customer database, then blamed confusing procedures. I caught her going through private messages on customers' laptops multiple times. When I confronted her, she shrugged and said it was natural curiosity. The final straw. I found her reading confidential emails on a doctor's laptop. After documenting incidents for weeks, I fired her. Nick seemed to understand when I showed him evidence, but that night he called back changed. You didn't give her a chance. She's upset. Things got weird. Skylar would ignore me at family gatherings or make passive-aggressive comments. Then she started finding excuses to be alone with me, making suggestive comments. 3 months ago, Nick stormed into my shop during closing, face twisted with rage. Skylar's pregnant! She says you're the father! I couldn't speak for seconds. Then I told him he was insane. I'd never touched Skylar. He didn't believe me. He lunged across the counter and had to be pulled away by Kevin. Skylar gave me specific details and dates that matched up. I can't see her making this up. Within days, my name was mud throughout town. My mother was crying about betraying the family. My cousin sent a text about how she always knew something was off. My uncle called me shameless. My dad was the only one who believed me. That woman's been looking for trouble. We're going to fight this. No one else asked for evidence. They took her word as sacred truth while she walked around with this smug smile. My business took a devastating hit. 3 clients canceled contracts. The hardware store owner next door found reasons to avoid me. I demanded a DNA test immediately. Nick wouldn't respond. Skylar refused the test 3 times, claiming it would be risky for the fetus, and she needed emotional stability. I hired a defamation lawyer. We started documenting everything systematically. Kevin gave a statement about Skylar's inappropriate behavior. We tracked down her previous employers and discovered a pattern of similar accusations. This wasn't her first time pulling this scam. After weeks of legal battles, the court ordered a prenatal DNA test. Skylar's face when she walked into that clinic said everything. No fear, no shame, just pure annoyance. But I caught that split second where her mask slipped and I saw genuine panic. 2 weeks later, I stared at the results. Probability of paternity, 0%. That 0 was my vindication. Then my lawyer found major inconsistencies in Skylar's medical documents. Altered dates, non-existent doctors, formats that didn't match any clinic. When we cross-referenced with the clinic where we did the DNA test, they had no record of Skylar. No appointments, no checkups, nothing. Skylar had never been pregnant. She'd faked everything. Fabricated documents, forged medical records, maintained the lie for months, all because I fired her and rejected her advances. We discovered she'd pulled identical stunts in previous relationships. One ex-boyfriend nearly lost his teaching job over false harassment claims. In court, when the prosecution presented evidence, clinic records, timestamp inconsistencies, metadata from forged PDFs, her lawyer quietly acknowledged the documents were forged and no pregnancy existed. The judge ruled Skylar committed defamation, document forgery, and inflicted moral damages. She was ordered to pay fines plus a 3-year restraining order and had to post a public retraction on social media. Since the ruling, I've received awkward messages from relatives who turned their backs. Most offer vague excuses or maintain silence. Nick tried calling repeatedly. I blocked his number. The brother I knew would never have believed those lies. My business has recovered and expanded. The court ruling became public record and replaced the lies. I hired 2 employees and moved to a larger location. Nick and Skylar divorced after the trial. He moved to another state. Last month, he sent a letter about making amends. I burned it. My dad and I are closer than ever. Kevin got promoted to shop manager. Skylar moved across the country after failing to pay her fines. We filed to enforce the judgment in her new state.